So hello guys and welcome to the new spoken Lithuanian lesson, and today we're going to be doing something a bit different. So what I did today is I opened Chat GPT. I hope you know what that is. It's basically a tool that, well, generates text for you, answers questions. It's like Google, but a bit smarter. It's AI. It's basically artificial intelligence. And what I asked for it to do is to create a Lithuanian language text that we can, look at in this lesson. And what I saw is that, well, it made me actually understand how difficult Lithuanian language is. Because even here, the sentences are good, but there are some mistakes. But even if not looking at mistakes, there are ways that we don't necessarily speak or talk in Lithuania when it comes to the language, even though it's correct, So I want to look at it, look at this text with you in this lesson. So let's quickly go through it. So for example, let's start in the beginning. Šiandien ryte, kai atsikėliau, pažvelgiau pro langą ir pamačiau žiemą, right? I see it made already a mistake over here, like pamačiau. We need the specific marker of ch, right? Pamačiau žiemą, žiemą. So you wouldn't not necessarily, it says like this. Šiandien ryte, this morning, kai atsikėliau, when I woke up, pažvelgiau pro langą ir pamačiau žiemą. Pamačiau žiemą. I saw winter. Well, you could say like that. Maybe we would say we saw snow, pamačiau žiemą, or sniegą, right? Sniega, a snow. But the thing is, for example, with pažvelgiau. Pažvelgiau means like I looked quickly, like I glanced, right? So it's more of a, as glanced is like more like a literary word, something that you would use in a text, not necessarily in spoken language. I would say in spoken language, you would say pažiūrėjau, pažiūrėjau, because žiūrėti is to look, to watch. And pažiūrėjau, we adding this pa prefix, that means I've completed the action of looking, right? It focuses not on the doing of the action, but on the completion of the action. Pažiūrėjau pro langą, and pamačiau, I saw žiemą, winter, or sniegą, snow. This is accusative case. I saw what? Ką, žiemą, or sniegą. Už langų buvo daug sniego. Now, you wouldn't say už langų. That means už langų buvo daug sniego. Literally, it means behind the windows there was a lot of snow. But first of all, you could say that, but you would not use plural over here. You could, but už lango, you usually say of one window, right? There was behind one window there was a lot of snow because you're looking from one window. You say you look from multiple ones, but the saying is usually už lango buvo daug sniego. Now, that's a very good sentence. Labai gražu. Labai gražu. I want you to pay attention to this one because what we would usually say in English in this case would be something like it is very beautiful, or it was, maybe I will not even write it more, I will just use this, is or was very beautiful. So the thing is, basically what you're saying over here in Lithuanian language is just labai gražu, that means very beautiful. You're not even saying it is or something is, it's just beautiful. That's the thing. In English language, we have to have the subject of the sentence. In this case, in Lithuanian language, we don't necessarily have to have it. We can just look through the window, and we can just, I'm looking because my window is there. You can just say sninga. That means snowing. But in English language, I have to say it is snowing, even though who is this it that is doing the action of snowing, right? So we don't do that in Lithuanian. I can just say simply that that's just beautiful or very beautiful or snowing. I don't even have to, put an action or the doer of the action into it, okay? So that's very important distinction between English and Lithuanian language. Now, aš užsidėjau šiltą švarką. I put on a very warm jacket. kepurę, a hat, right? Still accusative case. Švarka, what I put on. Kepurę. Now, over here we have a mistake. Pirštinės. That was a simple, basic case. We need the accusative pirštinės, right? Plural, pirštinės. Ir išėjau pasivaikščioti. And I went for a walk. Pasivaikščioti, right? Išėjau pasivaikščioti. Now, vaikščioti basically is the main verb over here. Now we have the prefix pa. And si over here, basically just, well, it's in Lithuanian, it's called dalelytė si, like a particle si, which basically means that I am the one that doing this action by myself, right? Pasivaikščioti, with myself. Well, maybe I will do that in a separate lesson because it's a bit of a difficult topic, but just pay attention that this si means that by yourself, not necessarily alone, but I am the one that's doing the action. You could make me, for example, food if I asked you to, or I could make it myself. That means, because to make is gaminti, you can make me food. Tu gali man pagaminti, you are making me, or I can pasigaminti for myself to make this food, okay? So that's the way you use it. Now, keliaudamas, while traveling, right, keliaudamas, aš sutikau keletą žmonių. I met a couple of people kurie slidinėjo ant ledo. That's a perfectly fine sentence. I met a couple of people who were skiing on ice, right? Is it skiing? Skiing on ice, right? Skiing on ice. Tai atrodė smagu, bet aš nesu labai geras slidininkas, okay? It looked fun. Tai atrodė smagu, it looked fun, but, very similar word, right? Aš nesu, I'm not labai geras, a very good skier, right? Skier. Tai atrodė smagu, bet aš nesu labai geras slidininkas. Yeah, the thing is that when somebody tries to make a translation into Lithuanian language, especially from English, you get sentences like these. And there is nothing wrong with them. You can say it like that. You can say tai atrodė smagu. You can use tai, right? I definitely use it in all my lessons. But that's not necessarily how we speak in Lithuanian language. We don't have that it, right? Because tai is like a placeholder for it. It's not necessarily what we use in Lithuanian language and what we would say in this particular sentence. For example, I would just say atrodė smagu. I would not even be using anything to say what looked fun because I just explained what looked fun in the previous sentence. That's the way we think in Lithuanian language. That's the way we talk, the way we create these sentences, right? So I would just say atrodė smagu. I would not maybe even say tai, bet aš nesu labai geras slidininkas. Or I would say jie smagiai leido laiką. They were having fun. That's what I would do. This tai, this it that we place in English language, it's not something that is necessarily always used in Lithuanian language. Po to, after that, aš nuėjau į kavinę. I went to the coffee shop. Ir užsisakiau šokolado pyragą ir šiltą arbatą. Now, they're using accusative case over here, but you could potentially be using a genitive case as well. You could say, užsisakiau šokoladinio chocolate cake pirago ir šiltos arbatos. But I see that there are actually many debates whether or which one you should be using over here, and a lot of Lithuanians actually speak with genitive case, but there's a lot of debate whether you should be using accusative or genitive case in this situation. You would definitely be understood. There's no problem in that, but when I speak, especially, most often you will hear people speak in genitive case over here because you're saying of what I ordered, of chocolate cake and of hot tea, šiltos arbatos, hot tea. Tai buvo labai skanu. Again, it was very tasty. That's what's translated here. But I would say buvo skanu. Skanu. Skaniai pavalgiau. I ate tastily, right? Po pusryčių, after the breakfast, right? Po pusryčių, aš nuvykau į biblioteką. I went to the library. Ten aš perskaičiau knygą apie istoriją. Very good sentence. Over there, ten, aš perskaičiau knygą apie istoriją. Again, this over there that we have in English, not necessarily I would use it here. I would not necessarily say ten. I would just say perskaičiau knygą apie istoriją. I would not even maybe use aš because perskaičiau, this ending already tells me it's aš, first person. Perskaičiau knygą apie istoriją. Man labai patinka istorija. That's a good sentence. Man labai patinka istorija. I like history very much. Right? Vakare, in the evening, kai sugrįžau namo, when I went back home, aš nusprendžiau pasigaminti pizzą. I decided to make a pizza. Very good sentence. I decided to make a pizza. A very tasty sentence. Aš pasiėmiau tešlą. I took the tešlą. I even forgot the English word for it. Basically, it's the thing from which you make the background of the pizza on which you put everything from the flour. I forgot the tešla word for English, but you know what I'm talking about. The one that you make the bread part of the pizza from. Uždėjau padažą. I put on the sauce and daug sūrio and a lot of cheese. Pizza gavosi labai skani. Gavosi, right? It came out. It came out would be. Pizza gavosi labai skani, very tasty. Po vakarienės aš žiūrėjau televiziją. Po vakarienės, after dinner, aš žiūrėjau televiziją. I was watching television. Ir atsipalaidavau, and I was relaxing. Again, it's a kind of like direct translation, but I would more say like po vakarienės pažiūrėjau televiziją. I would say pažiūrėjau. I looked a little bit at television. Ir atsipalaidavau. You could say atsipalaidavau over here, but I would maybe not even say it like that because I know that it translates from past continuous probably in English, and I was relaxing. That's what it's trying to say here. But in Lithuanian language, you would be saying pažiūrėjau televizorių. Yeah, you could say atsipalaidavau and then went to sleep. For example, you would be just saying actions that were happening in a row. That's what you would be doing. Mano diena buvo pilna įvairių aktyvumų. A lot of activities, right? Just direct translation. Mano diena, I would say, buvo pilna nuotykių. Nuotykių. That's what you would say, nuotykių. That means adventures. Mano diena buvo pilna nuotykių. Aš labai mėgaujuosi šią dieną. Now, mėgaujuosi means at this moment I am doing this. You would not be saying this. You would say, man patiko. Man patiko šita diena. I liked this day. Not that I'm enjoying it at this moment, because when I'm telling this story, the day has already passed, okay? So you're using past tense instead of the present one that you have over here. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to look at with you today, that if you're, for example, using Chat GPT or other translation softwares that you could use, because most of them, they use the same algorithms, the same processes to translate the language, you can still have these, you know, not necessarily mistakes, but something that is more cultural thing, the way the language is actually spoken versus what you get when you translate it directly, right? So, but it's, you know, it was interesting for me to look at how ChatGPT can go with that, how it can do that. And yeah, after I saw the result, I saw that, okay, I understand everything, but there are some things that I want to, you know, look at deeper and discuss. And that's why I made this lesson. So I hope it was interesting to you. I hope it was useful. It's definitely something that you can do yourself, because ChatGPT, it's open. Yeah, you can use it. It's free. 3.5 ChatGPT is completely free. So you can definitely try it, use it, and try to learn language this way. Okay, so yeah. I hope it was useful. If you want more phrases, more words, I have my audio and PDF book in the description. If you haven't downloaded it yet, do that. And yeah, I will see you in the future lessons. Bye.